Hey everyone, Eric here. Just a quick video, still on the Focusrite Claret Plus 8 Pre. This one is about the other problem that I had initially with my first Focusrite Claret Plus. So just a really quick recap here, not going to go through everything. Way back in November when I bought that first Claret Plus, and then I tested it in early January, I had two problems. One of which was the wonky dim and mute button problem, which I've made many videos about. You can see all about it elsewhere on the channel, especially my more recent videos. That problem has been solved by no small feat of its own, and it has taken a lot of time because of various reasons. Anyway, that was resolved, and now with the latest firmware update, it's no longer a problem. The second problem I had was a problem with the outputs of the Claret Plus. So when I first tested out the Claret in early January, hooked everything up, I noticed that the output, the main monitor outputs, as well as both the headphone outputs, were crackly. So when program material was played through them, you would hear these crackles, and these crackles seem to be correlated with the level of program material. So like the louder stuff you play, like the more crackles, the softer stuff, less crackles. And also when I did things like scrolling on my door or wherever, when I would scroll up and down as well as left and right, you'd hear these crackles. At first I thought it was a fault with the actual unit because I saw the wonky dim and mute button problem, and now there was this. And then I was like, okay, you know what? This is a faulty unit. There's multiple faults in it. I'll take it back to the retailer, get a new one, and then hook it up. It should be fine. So after I packed it up, ready to take back to the retailer, I got my old audio interface, which is the Universal Audio Volt 476, which is a rock solid interface, super reliable, sounds great, works great, has great functions, never failed me ever, never ever failed me. Unlike the Claret, unlike the Focusrite Claret. Anyway, that's another story. So I hooked up my Universal Audio Volt 476 to my current setup, my studio monitors that I've been using before, headphones, PC, whatever. And I expected to hear no crackles, like have no problems with it. Unfortunately, there was this problem. There were crackles there were crackles in the output. It was triggered by exactly the same stuff, and even moving the monitor wheel, the monitor control volume knob, also gave these crackles, as it does on the Focusrite Claret. When you turn the monitor volume knob up and down, it will have these crackles. So obviously that made me realize that it was not in fact a problem with the Focusrite Claret Plus. It was also a problem with it must have been a problem with something else in the signal chain. And then I thought, I didn't have any problems with the studio monitors. I didn't have any problems with the headphones before. I even got a brand new pair of headphones from the order in November, so it can't be those things. And so it's made me now suspect that the problem lies somewhere in the software side of things, or something to do with the PC or operating system. Now, in terms of setting your sample rate and the hardware buffer size, that's not the issue at all. In respect to that, I know exactly what I'm doing there. I know how to set the sample rate. I know how to set the hardware buffer size so it shouldn't cause any problems. So that was all sweet. That was all clean. That was all locked down. It wasn't causing the issue. The issue has to be with the PC, the hardware, the software there, or the operating system. Now, I actually got a new PC recently as part of the upgrades, as part of the, equipment upgrades that I started getting way back in November last year. That includes the Claret, the Art preamp, the power conditioner, the Behringer line mixer. I got a custom built PC. I chose the parts specifically for music production. I thought I'd picked the right parts. I hope I have, but somewhere along the way in there, either the parts I chose were wrong, or the way it was set up was wrong, or the firmware is causing a problem, or some settings to do with the hardware is causing the problem. But I now believe it's somewhere there. So what I've done is I've asked ChatGPT to give me a list of stuff that it could be. I told ChatGPT the problem. I told them the make and model of my interfaces, the parts that I have, my operating system, all this. I outlined the problem. It's given me a bunch of 7 suggestions that I'll systematically go through and see if it's one of those there. I have just racked up the brand new replacement Claret Plus, updated the firmware, and confirmed that the wonky dim and mute button is no longer there, so that's not a problem. I've then hooked up my monitors and played some audio through it from YouTube, and confirmed that the crackly output is still there. Now, I'm at a stage where I think that this is not a problem with the Claret. It's just way too unlikely that 2 brand new units back to back would have this fault. And also the fact that my Volt, which otherwise has been rock solid and has never let me down, also displays this problem. So the weakest link, the common denominator with this crackly output problem, and the only sort of logical explanation is that it's a problem with the PC. So I'm going to work through those suggestions that chat gave me, and I'll keep you guys updated, and hopefully there's a fix. Otherwise, I might have to look at swapping out some parts for the PC, maybe get a new CPU, but I really, really, really don't want to do that, like really. Anyway, keep you guys posted. Thanks so much for watching, and see you then.